Nice breakout here on APVO. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the stream. It's almost 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, November 9th. It's Monday, second week of November. Here we go. SPY, guys, is up 4.35%. It's absolutely insane. DMC had a good point, good reminder. Every time the market's up, guys, over 1.52% to the upside or downside, usually the TD Ameritrade ThinkorSwim platform freezes quite intensely. So if you're gonna do trades between the market open and pre-market, just watch out, guys. We've been in many sticky situations ourselves. I only did one small trade pre-market. I was kind of busy getting things on the stream together. Again, YouTube was getting us some issues. Yeah, I was kind of like chasing myself a little bit today. And then, I saw an opportunity for a pullback. I entered AMC a little bit too aggressively near, 6.5, which was, like a decent red pullback, but then it pulled all the way back to the 90 EMA, and then I kind of got shaken out, which is a little bit unfortunate. This could have been a good little, almost a home, actually it could have been a home run. But yeah, I only took like a $50 loss on this one. Overall, our swing trades are up quite a bit this morning. So it's looking pretty good overall. I mean, nice to see the swing trades and the market up this much for, your investment account, swing trade account, all that fun stuff. But, so far day trading, I think today it's going to be more of a mid cap day, right? Large cap day even. So I'm not sure how many small caps we're going to be having flying through our radars. I got a few on the watch list in that, first pinned comment below this video. But again, I think I'm going to be following the lead gappers, following price action, and then just, trying to get aggressive. And also keep in mind, if it's a larger company moving like AMC or ACB, those tickers oftentimes are a little bit more choppy, or they, have those delayed breakouts. So although, the way AMC has been moving has just been a ripper. It kind of reminds me of Hertz a little bit, AMC right now. Nice, Michael. Good strategy. So the reason AMC is up today, I believe, it seemed a little bit confusing at first, but it looks like Pfizer and BioNTech, they have they were in cahoots. No, they're a corporation. They were working on a drug together, and that drug turned out to be much more successful than originally thought. So with a vaccine for coronavirus, found to be 90% more effective in preventing the virus. So that's huge news. It basically means that okay, well, we're getting pretty close to a vaccine. Maybe we're not going to see this thing get prolonged out into 2021 so bad, right? It gives a little bit more of hope, and then that's great for leisure, luxury, airlines, movie theaters, things like that. So that's kind of why they're exploding today. Just note it's a bit more of a macro news as opposed to micro news, something specific to the company. You can see this headline here. AMC entertainment shares are trading higher on positive vaccine news, which could accelerate movie going. Yeah, Hertz was a roller coaster. The reason I said Hertz is because AMC, all of a sudden it's down 50%, the next day it's up 100%. It's been like that's about how Hertz was trading for quite some time before they eventually filed bankruptcy, or where they are now in the debt court, pretty much. So yeah, only one trade for me pre-market. This is a very, very light day for me pre-market trading, but hey, it's a Monday. It's a very unusual trading day with SPY up 4.46%. Didn't have, classic small cap. So like I said, you don't have to force yourself to trade. It's totally fine not to trade. Since we're here, every day the market's open, sometimes it feels like you have to trade. I technically already did one trade, but it's always a good thing to remind yourself, like, I don't have to do anything right now. I gotta say, looking back on this rally we had here, the SPY, guys, is really, really breaking out here. I think this is all-time highs on this one. I was not expecting such a strong move on SPY. We were approaching this big resistance zone that we talked about for quite some time. You can see it was kind of struggling here for a little bit, but then we had that big breakout. Buy volume is actually a little bit low right here, but we'll see what happens the rest of the day to see how much it picks up. AMC right now is dipping pretty hard. What's my trade today? Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be, watching the lead gappers, really seeing what has the most action, what has the nicest price action, and then kind of going from there. Because right now, it's kind of a tough call because a lot of tickers as well are trading kind of lightly pre-market. For example, APVO, this one had a huge spread, so it's a little bit tricky to kind of say ahead of time how I want to be trading this one. I do know that, out of the gate, I'm going to be probably a little bit more calm, waiting for a bit more volume to come in, look for a 5-minute setup, and then get aggressive. Usually, we'll have like one play pretty much totally mapped out or two plays with it, two tickers. But yeah, today, like I said before, it's just might as well be a little bit more calm today and let the trades come to us. Swings are going pretty nice, actually. We really got punished for cutting losses this time. We had some really, really nice bounces. DKNG and LMND, the two trades I closed, wow, we missed a lot of upside on those two tickers, but you never really know. It's always a bit of a giant question mark with the swing trades. Yeah, Harley, I still am. So right now, APVO and AMC are the two biggest gappers in the market so far. So we'll go ahead and put those on the list. I think this one on earnings. I'm not sure why this ticker's not moving so much. Doesn't look like it was acquired. Maybe it was, or else it would be moving. All right, one sec. I gotta fix a few things on the stream again. Should go pretty quickly. I cannot wait, guys. 3 more weeks before I got that beast of a new laptop. It sounds kind of ridiculous to say that it's gonna change a lot, but you guys don't know how laggy my laptop's getting. I pretty much, if I open a website or a page, I have to wait 5 seconds or so. Right now I'm trying to click a few buttons on my second screen and it's just totally not responding. And then earlier today with AMC, I think half the reason I closed it too early is because the order book just wasn't moving. I didn't really feel confident anymore holding it. So it creates a lot of little problems on my end. That's almost really hard to convey. So I am stoking at the thought of being back in the States, getting some new hardware. That new PS3 looks pretty intense. I feel like we talked a lot about gaming yesterday or Friday. It's kind of funny. It's very unusual. Man, the way Jets exploded, I can't even get over it. Have you guys looked at the ticker yet so far? I mean, we've been talking about Jets pretty much consistently for the last, I don't know, a few months at least. I was waiting. I wanted an entry around 1650 on this one. We even got almost down there. That would have been a nasty great trade. But I think being over allocated on my swing trades already kind of threw me off on a lot of the swing trading. So that's how it is. Kind of got me good. It's 9:11. We got plenty of time here. All right, I'm finishing up here in a second, and then I'll get back to the chat, back to you guys. Just gotta click a few save buttons. Well, I just realized we got 148 viewers already, guys. Welcome to the stream. I can only assume that there's some new people here. Usually, I mean, it's still pretty early. Then again, I'm probably the worst when it comes to our overall stats. You guys probably know better than I am, or than me, what our usual stats are. All right, okay, everything is looking good. There's a few warning signs coming from YouTube right now. It looks like a little bit on bit rate, but that should usually clear up once we get going here a bit more. Constantine, pretty much, man. I'm stoking. No, we didn't get a MacBook. Electronics is what we're looking at. All right, close this out. That's looking good. That's looking good. Sweet. Yeah, so like I said before, I mean, usually we have a pretty specific game plan now into the market open, and I guess you could argue we do have a game plan, right? It's not so much on a specific ticker. It's more of just like a mindset, you know, being patient here, waiting for a clean setup, waiting for volume, really get some momentum, look for good 5-minute setups, and look at the 1 minute for those good risk-reward entries. So that's going to be our game strategy really for today. Thanks, Natisha. Recovery duo. Yeah, it's I think on this model it's maxed. Actually, I'm not totally sure. Right now it's 16 gigabytes RAM, but I don't really think that's the problem. That's actually the best thing about this laptop at this point. There's some other serious issues. It's just an old laptop. Dennis says today I will sit it out. Dude, I feel you, man. Honestly, like looking at the market today, I was like, oh boy. Like today's a day where I wouldn't mind just, you know, closing out some swing trades or whatnot, and then pretty much wrapping it up from there. But who knows? Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll see. I mean, we got pretty much another, what, 6 plus, what, 10, 16 minutes here. So we'll see what clears up. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, Corey says liking big caps more today. Yep. Nice, 8.4K on the swing trades, Mark. That's a beautiful place to be. Mike, I think there's a few people along here, ACB and a few other cannabis tickers like SMDL. I see a lot of that in the chat room right now. I was about to trade ACB actually for a second, but good thing I didn't, because I think I would have somehow traded this wrong. I almost traded this breakout right here. That could have been actually a good, successful trade. At this point, it looked like, it wasn't reaching the former shoulder here, so I didn't look at it anymore. Nice bounce off of 12 though. 6% move. Pretty interesting, this ticker. Huge support kind of in this $12 area, so I wonder if it's going to kind of maintain, keep running. We got some interesting movie theaters. Obviously AMC. We got Cinemark, CNK. A lot of these are going to be sympathy plays. We got IMAX here. Just keep an eye out, guys. I think a lot of these tickers are going to be great for possible swing trades, or maybe even a little bit of day trading today. We have so many tickers up over 20%. It's rare that we see a watch list like this. So guys, it's a very aggressive day out here today. This is going to be, a little hectic for sure. Actually, I didn't even look at AAL. I was just looking at the Jets ETF. Oh yeah, 11.5, boom, 15. That's a freaking nice move. 32% rally. All the way at 15. Yeah, this is actually extremely nice rally. 40% move right there. I would have loved to be long, or have in our 25K challenge account, in our IRA account, to have actually, yeah, it is the 25K challenge account. We only had 3 swing trades on this one, and we would have had more, but this account was fully allocated. It's a fairly small account still, so maybe we'll add a little bit to it in the future, because swing trading on your Roth account is just so much fun. So GE, yeah, looking pretty solid as well. Let's quickly go to the 4-hour here. Huge breakout. This is the breakout we've been waiting for ever since we bought here at 650 or 670 and then 628. We're up 47% roughly on this trade. So this one's going really well, and nothing's really changed. I don't really feel like selling it anytime soon. I think we got a lot more upside till at least maybe 11 or 12. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. ADT, this one's having a little bit of a reversal, but we're still down quite a bit on this one, as we are accumulating around $8. And then HCAC, yeah, this one's kind of a little bit disappointing. Definitely, especially with the market all up so much. This one's really not moving too much. Oh yeah, we're still long GE, Augustin, for sure. Thanks, Carmelo. Nice work, Houston. I might honestly be kind of focused on some of the swing trades overall because I wouldn't mind taking profits on a few of them or at least closing them out. So I'm going to be watching that into the market open for sure. Obviously, we have HYLN that is a bit of a painful one. I would really like this ticker to bust over 25. I think it's doable. I'm not sure how much longer we'd have to hold it for. There is definitely big resistance here at 25, so it is a bit risky waiting in this area. Sell volume, I mean buy volume has been pretty light, so we really need to see that kick over 25. It's already had a pretty solid bounce. RXT, big move here at 18. If this thing breaks above 18, I think I'm going to go ahead and close this one out as well. This is a ticker, though, that I really wouldn't mind holding for much longer. So an alternative would just be constantly buying into this one. But at that point, I'd probably rather close this one out now, take the profits, and then do my second trade on this one in my Roth IRA account. IPOB, we had a limit order here at 16 something. I moved it all the way down to here when our other swing trades were all down. So I really probably let fear control this trade decision a little bit too much. This could have been a phenomenal swing trade, pretty much starting since day one. So we're not long on that. KCAC, finally back at where we did our entry. This is one of those tickers I would also like to see a really big breakout here, but still fairly light. And then Jets, yeah, we totally missed this entry, which is a little bit unfortunate. I'm just going to go ahead and remove this limit order. JETS could be a great trade. I think if there's like a pullback to any larger support area, maybe 20, maybe 19.5 or something like that, I would love to jump on that ticker. Oh yeah, Sean, what was his last mistake? I haven't been. Well, obviously we're not following it here, but I always love watching his recaps. Dennis, I need HYLN to go to 33. Dude, I feel you so hard on HYLN. Like, I think I'm even one of the luckier ones on that ticker, but I was down. Whew, it's not even fun to talk about it. But yeah, that's one of those classic, if you're investing in HYLN or swing trading, that was a bit of a depressing ticker for sure. So yeah, I'll keep an eye out for a few of these tickers, like we were saying just now. And if we get a nice little spike, I wouldn't mind closing all of them out. So we'll see if we get lucky. Otherwise, I don't mind holding these a little bit longer. And then kind of going from there. Tesla, I'm a little bit nervous here. You can see the volume has faded quite drastically on Tesla. It looks like 450 is significant resistance here on this ticker. So maybe we're going to get some sort of pop out of it today. That's really what I'm hoping for. And then if we do see a pop like that, I would probably like to close on several of my swing trades. I mean, if we do get a pop past 450, it could also be a buy indicator. Maybe it's actually just getting started a longer run, and we're going to have a move past 538. But I think the EV sector as a whole is still maybe a little bit overextended, and it could easily do another pullback like we saw in August. This was pretty drastic. Michael's wondering is that beer I'm drinking. Why, are you drinking a beer already? It probably will be at one point. Just keep an eye on it, see what happens throughout the day. Oh god, only clean bangers. That sounds kind of sketchy. 9:23 here, guys. We still got a little bit of time. I was kind of hoping that maybe something would come together a little bit more, but not really seeing it. AMC probably has the most energy right now. All right, guys, I'll be right back, and then we can go ahead and kind of get ready for these last few moments. I'm going to throw up the disclaimer really quickly. I'm actually not totally sure what's going on with this ticker because it looks like they're up on earnings, but they're not moving. I'm not totally sure why. WWR, maybe it will, who knows. All right, guys, we've got another 2.5 minutes here. I'm going to go ahead and already change my time of force to day because I don't think I'm going to do any more pre-market trading. So right now we are down about $50 in pre-market trading. We only did one tiny trade on AMC, and I got kind of shaken out, although it technically could have been a winner. So right now, I probably will watch AMC on the open, and then probably be switching around quite a bit till we find a ticker that we really like. Yeah, I totally agree, Corey. Just a lot of stuff is moving, but it's stuff you want to day trade, not necessarily. Michael, you seem very on and off with AMC. I hope KCAC explodes to the upside. Is it better if I turn the computer sounds on so you guys could hear if I enter and exit a trade, or is it just better if I leave that off? This would be the first time leaving it off if I left it off. That way you guys don't have to get a heart attack if TD Ameritrade makes a sound. All right, you guys are all saying on. Let me quickly go ahead and put it back on. That should do the trick. go. Good luck, everyone. Common collected. Here we go. AMC instantly popping higher. Not too shabby, but let's see if it holds this area of 435. Some sellers there. I'm constantly looking at the 5-minute chart. Got SPY broke 352. $363, I mean. KALT. Yeah, just keeping me calm right now. I'm just kind of browsing. TOS is definitely a bit shaky. Then again, I kind of feel like that's just my computer right now. Nasdaq's only up 0.7%, while the Dow Jones is up 5%. Crazy. Yeah, nasty flush there on the open on SNDL. Probably a lot of market limit orders or just market orders got executed. Take profits, sell. Boom, yeah, this thing's dipping hard. This could have bounced really, really heavy off of 0.4. That'd probably be the level I'd be looking at. That was a huge dip. Nice move on ACB, guys. Had a pretty nasty sell-off there. 6%, instantly popped higher. Clean red to green move, possibility on that one. I'm gonna keep ACB up here a little bit longer. This is the biggest winner with all weed plays and, well, maybe not all weed plays, but even the Daily Brew or whatever it's called, that news outlet wrote about it. Three minutes now into the market open. My order book is pretty much as slow as it gets. I don't know if you guys can notice how slow mine is, but it's like serious frame vision. Wow, AMC just broke 4, guys. Woof, just went to 385 or so. This thing's dipping hard, 10% down. AMC might get halted here. 13% down since the open. AMC is still selling off here at 73. Possible red to green on AMC. Small position size at 75. Selling off still. A little bit of an early entry there. I gotta say, it's a little bit tough right now because I'm having a hard time watching the order book. My computer is almost totally not moving right now. Hold on, guys. I can't even update my charts. I should have averaged down, but it doesn't. Nothing's updating right now. Oh, I thought we gave enough time here for. I'm not sure if I averaged down or not. It's totally sure. Looking to close this trade. I should have averaged down, but I'm not totally sure if I'm long an additional 400 shares. I'm kind of nervous it's going to just pop up randomly. I think I'm getting an error message right now. Trying to close this trade, but I can't. I can't close this trade. I can't do anything right now. I don't know what's going on. I have zero idea. Nothing is reacting right now. So I thought leaving 5 minutes was going to be plenty, but apparently the entry worked, but I can't get out of my trade. Should be out already. It's probably going to have to be another phone call here to TD Ameritrade today. All right, hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna go on TD Ameritrade on my phone, see if I can see what's going on. Right now, I've no idea what's going on. Looks like we just closed that at 395. We are out of AMC. We're down a little bit on this ticker. Kind of unfortunate, you know, could have been a little bit better of a trade. I try to take profits early at one of the bounces, and then I try to average down. I couldn't do both those things, so yeah, pretty much walking away, not even 5 cents a share on that one. Kind of ridiculous setup, but it is what it is. You know, we kind of knew it was going to be a shaky open, so I'm not really too surprised or too upset. It's kind of is what it is on a day like today. So I'm just going to keep giving it time. I think TD Ameritrade is going to, you know, run a little bit smoother here, but it's always these first, you know, 15 minutes sometimes at the open when the markets are this aggressive. I don't know, Houston, like maybe in a way I got lucky because it didn't fall off a cliff and I couldn't get out. But at the same time, you know, it did exactly what I wanted. I tried to average down roughly at 365. It didn't work. I tried to get out at 386 or so. It didn't work. So I kind of walked away with a scratch, although it could have been a really solid trade. But yeah, I mean, totally what we were expecting. Woo! All right, I guess I'm just keep drinking my tea. It's a good time to maybe grab some more cookies. Yeah, Houston, fair enough. Yeah, it's the. Luckily, we didn't get stuck in a giant sell-off that we couldn't manage. So, out of, you know, all things considered, could always be worse. For sure. Nice move there on AMC. Congrats to anyone that's long here in this area of around 3.8. Scanner is trying to load right now. It's going a little slow. Possible red to green on AMC. Needs to break the 4.2. Let's see if it can keep going from there. Only clean bangers. Yeah, some of it they did, because one order was not supposed to go through, so they removed that order. Just another day of TD Ameritrade issues, huh? But it looks like several other brokers are also having some problems here. No surprise. All right, so first 15 minutes wrapping up here. We only got one trade in, unfortunately, but at the same time, hey, market's up. SPY right now at 3.3%, so, you know, want to be a little bit cautious here with such an aggressive market. We also sold RKT today. I'm going to actually go here to the... Matthias says European apps are down as well. They only do... only clean bangers. It's a bit of a tug of war with them. You know, you got to give and take, and it's not like this first time calling. I've called many times, so you know, they kind of give you an offer, and then you could, you know, take it or leave it, or you could put up a case. Depends how much time you're willing to sacrifice for that stuff. For me, I reduced my losses from like $700 to $300, so it was already a big win. And technically, you know, I did make it the trade. But I wasn't able to manage the trade. That was really the problem. RKT. Looks like I sold RKT pre-market roughly at 9 o'clock at 22.60. So just in time, honestly. So happy about that. We sold this one pre-market. It's not popping up, but I would assume somewhere here in this area, as this is the first time it touched. Well, actually, no, it would have to be after 7 o'clock. So we sold RKT somewhere in this area, I believe. I'm just kind of looking through my swing trades right now. There's nothing else I'm really too interested in doing. Day trading is very sketchy right now on TD Ameritrade. So I wanted to sell RXT actually as well. But this one's sold off. So I'm waiting for maybe this thing to pick up again and then selling it on the break of 17.8. Ideally move over 18, but let's see if we get it. I'm not crazy optimistic at this point. You can see the scanners aren't really working too much either today. Carnival Cruise Lines, guys, one of the lead gappers today. CCL, absolutely insane. Look at that giant move. Broke out from 15, now almost at 20. American Airlines. These were the two shady tickers that we were more or less trading today. Wow, American Airlines falling off a cliff at this market open. United Airlines, BNTX, BioNTech. This is the one with the Pfizer kind of partnership that they are working on a cure for coronavirus. That vaccine came out to be 90% more effective. So that's a really good catalyst. Yeah, TBLT was actually what we were looking at earlier today. TBLT, it's in the watch list. I don't know if you guys were looking at the watch list today. I really liked it when it was looking like it would be a bit more promising over $1. You know, I typically am not trading the sub dollars, but looked like it had definitely a decent opportunity. Oh, I think that's a good idea. I honestly wouldn't be able to sleep if I was holding NIO and I wasn't taking profits on this one. Somehow it's still constantly making some nice moves, but wow, this ticker out of all of them would have me so much on edge here. Tesla breaking higher. Let's see if the SPY can crawl back above 4. That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, super true, Mika. Market's really hard, right? Or TD Ameritrade's really hard to work with right now. I'm really not too excited about pulling the trigger on anything right now. ACB was quite the open here. I would have loved trading this one, but trading nothing I think today was actually the best idea. Yeah, Tyler, I'm pretty stoked about the GE swing for sure. It was a long one coming, though. I mean, it was a slow mover. We had to kind of hold through some pretty tough times. Um, but the general support zone on that one made me fairly confident. I mean, it was ridiculous amount how much support was on that ticker. Is ONCT back in it? ONCT was on the watch list. USA Biotech. Watch out, guys. Had that over 40% pullback. That made me a bit nervous. They had third quarter results, 12 million flow, 35 million market cap. It's a good question, Carmelo. I'd probably look into Fidelity. And then, I don't know, I would maybe consider going offshore or something with like Lightspeed, but the fees, you know, really make it a little bit less attractive. I would have to calculate how much we would have spent last month in fees, but you know, last month day trading we made about $5,000. So if all of a sudden we had like 1,500 in fees, just to have a faster platform, I don't think it would have been worth it because my laptop's already very slow, but it could be worth it in the future, like a year or like a few months from now, if we get a little bit, you know, more scalpy and more aggressive on breakouts, then it could actually make the difference. Yeah, it's just, Jason, it's just very expensive, huh? ONCT finding some pretty decent support around 4 or 5. I like what I'm seeing, but I'm not sure how much more this ticker can go. You know, very aggressive sell-off, almost 50% down from pre-market highs. So doesn't exactly warrant a lot of excitement. AMC could be at a perfect double bottom right now. It's a little bit hard to say. I'm a bit nervous it's going to flush or something if it breaks 365, but it could also easily break back to $4 or so. Which broker is that, Life? Oh man, that's a lot going on, man. Jury duties on your phone, day trading during jury duties. Ay. Imagine that. ONCT picking up here, guys. Really nice move so far. This was one of the top gappers for the day around 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is the first one. This is actually the second one. I was looking at APVO and then ONCT. Again, US Biotech. They had third quarter results on November 4th. So it's kind of been a multi-day runner here, kind of surviving over the weekend, holding the highs into Thursday and Friday. Man, GE is slaying it today for my swing account. Carmela, oh boy. I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe we both need new laptops, huh? Yeah, I feel like Corey. I'm still looking around myself. I was actually kind of excited about ONCT. Then I gave it pretty much one moment too long, and then it popped back up again. So this would have been a pretty nice one. 5% move on ONCT could have been pretty clean. I'm a little bit nervous about it overall right now. AMC guys might be breaking higher here. 380 looks like the point and might break through any moment. This is somewhat of a sketchy setup here, though. You are risking a bigger move to the downside in this area, but we have really, really big 4-hour support around 375 and daily support at that area. So I do like the support for sure. Will it break out? That's the question. Usually smashing for the dip trades. We're looking for something that's overextended from the 9 EMA, and if it's trending to the downside, then I'm looking for a very, very quick kind of base hit, and if it's trending to the upside, then I'm looking for a nicer breakout. Usually those are a bit more profitable, but if you're buying dips to the downside, on a downtrending stock, you always want to make sure there's potential for support, bigger support zones, whole and half dollars are nice. There's definitely a few moving parts you want to be kind of focused on. Look at ONCT, guys, really kind of making some nice moves here. I mean, 12 million float. This one has the spike ability. So far, I think it might run all the way to 6. We have some bigger kind of resistance and former support in that area. So right now it's well on its way to that zone. AMC is struggling here. Yeah, Ryan, my TOS is almost not working for me at the moment. It's really slow. It's better than it was though at market open. Now it's like it's running, but it doesn't breed confidence, let's just say. AMC back trying to break 380. It's getting interesting watching that ticker. Good call, Sean. Yeah, that's exactly what we were worried about right there. And that's why I wasn't trading the 3.8 zone, because I felt like if it did break the 365, it would just fall off the cliff. So there is decent support at 3.5. This is kind of the next critical support zone. I wonder if it's going to break 3.5. You can see on the daily chart, there's a lot of kind of closes and opens at 3.5. So this is a very, very key zone as well. Constantine, I think you mean AMC, and if you do, honestly maybe it's an interesting spot right here for sure. Buying the dips has been a little bit trickier lately, I've noticed, but it's kind of gone from my best setup to not so hot ever since there was a bit more energy in the markets, because things will run up really strong, but then they'll sell off really strong, and you don't want to get stuck in one of those sell-offs. But when the market's not really moving, the dips are kind of, mediocre, then I tend to do better on them. $355 has some buyers on it. Let me check it out. Positive data in therapeutic cancer treatment. It's up 16%. The sell-off on it was, you know, kind of nasty. Check out the daily chart on this one. $2,625. Critical spot for sure. 4.6 million float. AMC broke lower. The morning sell-off on AMC has been quite drastic. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean by those dips are just a little bit more aggressive than I would like. And this is why I've been buying dips a little bit less now that the market's so aggressive, because typically I would have wanted to, you know, buy a quick dip on the break of, I don't know, 3.5 or something like that. And then you kind of get stuck in these bigger sell-offs, and then, you know, your upside's quite limited oftentimes on these bounces. So wow, AMC really diving off a cliff here. Next major support could really be that hole number 3. I probably would assume that it would bounce a little bit for that, maybe like in the teens or something like that. Might try a small trade on AMC. But I don't know, just kind of watching it. Having a bit of a bounce now. Yeah, I would have wanted to see something in the teens. Maybe it will still do something like that, but take care, Paradox. See you tomorrow, man. Yeah, Harley, for sure. So the only reason I would trade AMC on a dip, in my thought, is if we're approaching whole dollar support like $3 and then possibly front running a little bit. Otherwise, you know, you're buying definitely into a falling knife. But yeah, it doesn't mean that whole dollar support is gonna work. I'm generally curious if we're gonna maybe get some action here. with our swing trades, if we're going to close out some of the swing trades today, yeah, AMC, we're already on a 10% bounce to the upside. I mean, a 10-cent bounce to the upside. That's a pretty solid base hit on a 334 price stock. So that's pretty nice. Good bounce. I missed it. Good call, Sean. DMKR. It's actually pretty interesting. DMKR, that figure's not popping up. This is the third day on ONCT. I wonder if it's going to have a little bit more continuation here. Like what we're seeing here. $19 breaking higher, looks good. Nice move there on ONCT. I'll write it down, we can check it out in a bit. DKMR. Yeah, Harley, that's actually not a bad idea with AMC. Waiting, just buying the constant floors on that one. It definitely seems it constantly bottoms out around 2.5, probably just because of their massive inventory of real estate, great locations that they could probably do other things in. Man, I'm really not too crazy about a lot of these setups. They just kind of make me a little bit too nervous. DKMR is OTC for some reason. I'm not totally sure why, but it looks like they might have found a little bit of a base in the 30s. Actually, take that back. 0.12 roughly, 0.19. At least with a ticker like this, you got some upside potential for sure. I would have to do my due diligence on this ticker, but I usually don't trade in OTCs, and then investing in them is even a little bit shakier. But if you generally believe in the company, it totally makes sense. You have to do some research, obviously. I was really looking at ONTC thinking that this could actually be a decent swing trade or a day trade, and popped up right there for a second. I think I missed my entry on that. Nice, Sean. Yeah, those airlines are popping hard today, huh? Good snag on that. Yeah, I think a lot of platforms are having issues today. That's just kind of how it goes on days like today. I wonder what Korg is up to. You guys remember that interview I had with Peter Klamka from Cordia Kitchens? Looks like they're, what was that interview? That was sometime, that was like 2 weeks ago. Well, if there was ever a time to buy it, in terms of if you believe in this company, right now it's technically at a major support area. Dude, Mika, I feel you 100%. I was like, you know, why didn't I just average down into Jets? I was really kind of thinking that there would be one more spike to the downside on a lot of those tickers, but it didn't happen. The Corgi ticker, love it. Yeah. ONCT, guys, just had a fake out here at 5.4. Now it's dipping to the downside. Be careful. I don't see this being a buy opportunity right now. Nothing's guaranteed, but it's always a bit of a red sign when breakout fails like that. Carnival Cruise Lines, guys, looks like found a little bit of a bottom here, popping back up. Good 5-minute breakout. Such a big move on Carnival Cruise Lines. That's true. AMC is definitely trending back up. Huge resistance though at 3.5. I don't think that this would be a great entry unless it really kind of maybe confirms that it's going to hold its highs a little bit longer. Who knows? Might rip to 3.8, maybe even hit VWAP, but it's a sketchy spot to go along for sure. Check out that volume on there. Very light buy volume on the way up. Also, NNOX has a nice bottom there, originally at kind of like 24, and now kind of like at 26. So higher lows is also kind of a good long-term thing. Good quarterly results, it looks like. Yeah, really nice move on ONCT. I wonder if this thing is going to hold the momentum here. I really like that 12 million float on this ticker. That was a good 5-minute breakout too from a longer bull flag. $6 is the big resistance spot on this ticker. That's what would make me nervous. Look at CCL, perfect pullback and then continuation. They're kind of aggressive though. You would have had to get aggressive to trade that. Darren coming out of the woodworks. Possible breakout here in ONCT. 5.8 is the key spot. Let's see if you can go for it. It's got that huge pre-market resistance there at 5.9, roughly 6. That was a nice move. I hope somebody got that. I actually wanted that exact move, but I wasn't focused enough. Looks like it's going to break 6 here. See what happens. No, oof. Shaky, shaky, shaky. ONCT shouldn't be this shaky, I feel like. Let's see what happens. This is its third green day today. Maybe we're going to have a little bit of an ONCT kind of move that looks like APVO, where it kind of had a few aggressive dips, but overall it trended higher and higher and higher. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that. Could be the situation, but it had a really strong sell-off pre-market, which made me a little bit nervous. It's also up on no specific micro news today, but November 3rd, it had that big rally, the first big rally. They had adopts limited duration stockholder rights plan today. Oh wait, no, that's APVO. Sorry about that. I was like, wait, what? That doesn't make sense. Here we go. Possible crack. ONCT could be a good 5-minute setup here. I'm watching the 5-minute chart on this one. So far, it's holding the highs above 5.5. New 5-minute candle is pretty much going to start in 2 minutes. So some entry around 3.6 could be kind of interesting. One sec. A new 5 minutes about to start right here. Strong trend right now. That's an intense ticker. Nice 6%, breaking out. Quick pullback though in the 80s. Wow, this is what I was worried about. Would have loved getting into this one maybe a bit earlier. 580. Can it hold? Nope, that doesn't look good. Remember guys, $6 is that huge pre-market resistance zone. That's making me extremely uneasy on this ticker right now. What I would have wanted to do is kind of buy it in the anticipation, but it looks like it had that failed breakout there at like 590. So let's see how this kind of holds. It still looks pretty interesting though. Potassium, the best thing to do if you're not sure is just kind of not do anything, watch, see if you can learn. There's no need to jump into anything for no reason. Holding its highs here pretty well. The pullback wasn't too bad. I'm still worried about that quick dip under 5.6. $10.33. Usually I'd be wrapped up 3 minutes ago. If I see a good setup, I'll go for it. But like I said, I'm not really too crazy about trading today. So lift up again, 18%. Wow, this ticker is flying as well. I mean, it's had multiple days now, double-digit growth. A lot of these tickers are just coming off the lows, and the lows were just so bad. %70 rally already on Lyft, just insane. Waiting for RXT to possibly break through 18. I'd be super stoked if it could pull it off. Let's see if RKT had a bit of a recovery too. No, RKT did not. So really good that we closed this one out pre-market. HYLN having a little bit of struggles in this area as well. And KCAC as well. That market open on KCAC and HYLN and RKT were pretty nasty. ONCT looks like it might break here, guys. Somehow I still don't really want to be jumping into it. Nice, there it is. ONC finally broke out. I wasn't really sure if it was going to do it anymore, and I was a little skeptical. Just hit almost 6. ONCT just hit a new high in volume on the day, over 750 million shares. I mean, 750,000 shares. ONCT is really putting a little bit more power into it. Nice. I like watching that. ONCT just had that failed move past 630. I think ONCT is one of the lead tickers that day traders are looking at right now in the small cap world. Watching ONCT, no trade yet on this one. It's gaining a little bit more momentum again. Could make a pop here at 615. Tried, failed. Had a possible entry at 97. $607 might get chipped away here. Watching this one again, seeing where support's going to come in. One. Trying to go long here at 606. Missed it. It's definitely a stickler, this ticker right here. Possible small size here at 607. It didn't work out for me this time. Taking a bit of a loss here. Wasn't able to close out my full position. Yeah, I'm still actually like this overall setup. Closed half my position. Has huge potential for a reversal right here. So this could be a secondary entry possibility. Just thinking about if I'd want to do that. Let's see if it can hold this area. 597 is huge support on this ticker. Back above 603. Ah, man, yeah, it was just a little bit too late, getting shaken around here a little bit. Yeah, did exactly what I wanted. I was one candle too soon. But the question is, are we going to get follow through past 610? That's the big question. I'm just really not a fan of how laggy everything is today. I feel like I'm always kind of guessing what's going on. It's freaking me out a little bit. Now I'm just getting FOMO from this ticker, 615. Yeah, did exactly what I wanted. I should have re-entered, but I'm not usually the biggest fan of getting shaken out and then re-entering. Sometimes I do stuff like that, and it's an easy way to give back. Boom, 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 a few quick trades. So I usually don't do that. Although sometimes it's a good idea. It's tough to, because then you just kind of get a little bit into this kind of sporadic mood and mindset. It's not really the best thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Overall today, yeah, what did I do? Like 3 trades today. It was not a day trading day. Tried my luck a little bit with ONCT. Fumbled around with that one. Actually, almost all of my day trades today could have been profitable, but I got shaken out right before the moves higher. And usually that happens when I'm lacking conviction. And today, when I saw the market today, I really lacked conviction with the small caps, and that's why I probably was getting shaken out so easily. Which is a little bit unfortunate. If we wrapped up trading right now, we'd be down about $45. So not really the worst day. It just maybe a little bit unfortunate because it could have easily been, a green day. But I don't know. I think on a day like today, it's you're pretty happy just kind of watching your swing trades and letting it be. One trade, rack space, that I might close out of this one. Looking for that break of 18. I don't really know if we're going to get it. So that's the only one I'm kind of thinking about right now. Has such low amount of volume. I have an alert here if we break 1786. Yeah, Constantine, that's also a way to put it. With APVO, I'm a really big fan of the $40 zone. If I was really kind of paying attention to this one, I would have probably put more emphasis on that. You can see here on the 4 hour, we have the 9 EMA on the 4 hour perfectly at 40. We have a dip here at 40 pre-market. We had a nice bounce off of it again. I really like that area. Could have been an easy way to kind of accumulate a little bit today, but it's not really something I typically would do. So it wasn't really my trading style. So I don't know. It's difficult to say, in hindsight, it's always easy. You could be like, I should have accumulated at 40, but yeah. Nice little breakout there on APVO. You know, this pullback's really not too bad. If you check the overall volume on this one in the 4 hour, it has very, very low volume. So I wouldn't be too worried on a pullback like this with APVO. This looked more like a time where people were accumulating more so than selling off. I mean, there's some profit taking, but then there's a lot of dip buying around 40s. Yeah, calm down. Me too. Is there a way to turn that off? There probably is. Most likely. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. Here are my alerts, but I don't see any of the alerts from TD Ameritrade. Nah. Maybe we can't turn them off. I don't know. Dang, NIO going for 46. That's really impressive. RXD getting that break of 1785. I like what I'm seeing there. I'm gonna grab a little coffee. I'll be right back. All right, there goes RXT. Look at this thing ripski on out of here. I like it. I like. Smart shout out, Bren. Good idea. Don't forget to join the Discord, guys. If you have not done so already, Bren's always posting some interesting swing trade ideas there. If you haven't done so already, drop a like. I really do appreciate it. And if you're totally new here, join the community. We go live every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time till 11. So we're going to be wrapping up here fairly soon. But then we'll be coming out with a recap video later today. I think in this recap video, I want to focus on some more swing trades. Because, you know, day trading, it just wasn't too interesting anyway. Like it. RXT, guys, is at a new high. This thing has such light trading volume, though. It makes me a little bit iffy, in all honesty. What's your guys' favorite part about SNDL? Just the price of it? potential upside. Yeah, it totally makes sense. I mean, SNDL is one of those tickers that you could just wake up one day and be up 100%. But you could also wake up one day and be down 50%. So I don't think it's necessarily bad play. It has a lot of these former spikes that, you know, tend to try to hold their highs okay. Sometimes it'll be a multi-day runner. The day of usually isn't too hot. Huge resistance here with the 180-day. That's what would make me a little bit nervous in the current kind of situation with this ticker. Big support around 55. ONCT having its long awaited pullback, which wasn't really too bad. Or Molly, are you trying to buy ONCT on a pullback to the 90 EMA, or what's your game plan here? Gotcha. Let's hope it works out. It definitely has that potential. 550 is definitely coming in a little bit of support here. Tried 3 times to dip lower, and wouldn't be surprised if it did somewhat of a retest now in this area. 3.5% upside. It's not too bad. That's actually a pretty decent trade. That's the only downside. Yeah, the risk is a little bit high sometimes. This breakout in APVO on the daily chart just looks insane. It's actually quite impressive when you look at it on this chart. So 40, guys, is just a ridiculous support zone on this ticker. So with that, man, really, I should have been a little bit more vigilant on APVO. I mean, technically it was our lead gapper on the day. So I wasn't really excited about day trading it since it's a bigger company, but at the same time, the way this thing has been behaving, especially on Friday, had huge day trade opportunities. This is its 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5th big green day in a row. 70 million market cap now. It's been a ridiculous runner, honestly. Oh no, 1AP Pro. Sorry. That happens to me a lot too when I don't know, be browsing a website, reading about a ticker quickly, and then I'm like, oh, just missed the move. Nice, Ramoli. Snagged it. Happy for you, man. No, APVO really is trying to break VWAP here. I gotta say, that's kind of impressive. Yeah, no problem, Ramon. Happy to do it. Although I was a little bit disappointed today in just the overall action, but you know, it's kind of fun also, kind of switch it up, you know, talk about some swing trades pretty much all day. We did have few opportunities for sure. I was a bit too relaxed, I would probably say. I don't know. That's good to hear, I guess, Cleo. Nice move here on APVO. I was always really impressed how this one was trading Friday. I was constantly underestimating it. I gotta wrap up here pretty soon, guys. Check out Finviz and check out their homepage, Robert. And just start reading through their homepage. Just understand what the company does first. Understand, you know, is it small cap, mid cap, large cap? Create a little bit of a foundation, and then just do some technicals on it as well. That should give you pretty much up to speed. Ooh, nasty. You know, last time APVO was flushing on Friday, it actually was great buy opportunities once it was in an upwards trend, because it continued that upwards trend. You just basically got good entries. The question is APVO in an upwards trend? Because last time we hit resistance, it flushed here. We tried to break resistance, it flushed here. Now we're trying to break resistance again. Big question, you know, are we gonna hold this area, or are we just gonna flush again? So when I see this trend in many stocks, I usually don't trade these breakout zones. I'll start trading it again once it's in a clear upwards trend, but to me APVO is too risky at this point. Amen, Ramoli, amen. Did you guys see CVS? I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed we missed this one. It ran up to $69 today. We were looking at CVS, what was that, in the low 50s or something? I feel like 40, I want to say. Oh yeah, it was 55. I think 40 was Walgreens or something like that. Yeah, it was this 50 area, 55, and I was waiting for it to crack 55, and now it's up 23%. I can't believe it. That's such a solid run. You know, it's quite cyclical how this one moves. Kind of disappointed that we missed this move, but I don't know. In some weird way, I think being over allocated my swing trades made me miss a lot of these moves. So Q3, it beat their Q3. That's good news. It has a new CEO, Karen Lynch, and apparently she has a great track record. So this ticker is just absolutely flying today. So if you guys missed CVS, I'm in the same boat as you guys. And I feel like it's a little bit painful because this one was more or less predictable. And in some weird way, we were watching it for quite some time. We were talking about this $55 zone for a long time. But then, again, I was waiting for 55 to crack. That's just like Intel. Intel, INTC, Intel Corp, same situation. I was waiting for this one to break that key zone at 47 or something like that. I was waiting for it to hit 45, and then it never went back to 45, and I missed this big rally. So sometimes with the mid to large caps, I'm way too conservative on. They sometimes don't end up pulling back that much. So INTC has actually found some big support here at 44. This could have been a phenomenal trade on INTC, but I wasn't watching it at that moment. So yeah, really, really kind of smooth stuff here on this one. That 43 zone, if you could just accumulate there, that's not a bad spot. Although this company is in a clearly downtrending gap down kind of procedure here. So just be careful with Intel Corp, because once it breaks 43, then it's going to be on a very, very big low. All right, guys, I gotta wrap it up here. Went a little bit over, but hey, it was there's always stuff to talk about. I'm gonna be prepping for the recap video in a little bit. So guys, if you are totally new here, consider subscribing. We'll be coming out with a recap. We'll upload that in a few hours. And usually we'll talk a little bit more about the day trades, but I think there's some news I want to kind of cover today. Review some swing trades, review some ideas for kind of like the next, short to midterm on the market. I want to be a little bit more focused on that. So I'll see you guys in that recap video. And then, like always, I'll see you guys first thing tomorrow morning to review the watch list and trade the market open. I think we'll see a little bit more action in the small cap world, but hey, if we don't, I'm totally fine with trading some mid caps, but that's a little bit of a pivot. So if we got to remain calm here and, not trade much tomorrow, then, that's what it is. We'll be, coming to the market and trade whatever it provides. So can't really plan for that ahead of time. Nice one, AP Pro. Cloud MD, I'll look into that one. Go ahead and write it down. And remember, guys, the Discord link is right below in the video description, that first comment. tradejournal.co/connect. Thanks, Vision Master. Don't forget to drop a like, guys, on the way out. I really do appreciate that. If you are curious, here is the Discord link. So if you're on tradejournal.co/connect, here's the Discord link. There's also a Facebook community. We have a bunch of quick foundation video series here on Skillshare. You can get it for free for a few days, and then you'll complete it anyway pretty quickly. Check out our two sponsors. We got Webull, and we got the best savings account ever that I recently switched over to. Really, really like it. If you use the code Winkler, you can also get a nice. It's a lottery-based system. We've talked about it several times, so I won't mention it too much here. But you get 100 free lottery tickets if you sign up with the code Winkler. Yeah, that's everything for now. Also, guys, remember here, I do post a watch list every single morning. It's totally free. I don't really sell anything here. Just like trading with you guys, but Monday pre-market gappers, if you go to tradejournal.co/Winkler, you can see the watch list. So if you guys are curious of what I'm looking at, what kind of news articles I'm looking at, I always make sure to post them there, and you can see my latest documented trades, which get updated every morning. All right, guys, let's wrap it up here. I will see you guys in the recap video. Have a great rest of your trading day. Don't overtrade. Don't do anything silly. And stay safe, guys. I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.